This Friday, see what critics are calling a cold-blooded masterpiece.
Hello, Finney. You're dead. Dead is just a word. Did you think our story was over?
Discover the secret
You brought us here for a reason.
behind the mask.
What do you think happens when you die? It's time to find out.
Ethan Hawke,
I'm not afraid of you. You should be.
Black Phone 2, only in theaters Friday. Rated R, under 17, not admitted without parent.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Gift magical mornings with Nespresso Virtuo Pop. Compact and stylish, Virtuo Pop is made to meet every morning coffee craving. From espresso to coffee, hot or iced, at the click of a button. And celebrate the season with Nespresso's limited edition coffee flavors. Sweet almond and hibiscus, cinnamon and candied tamarind, and festive double espresso. Magic in the making. Shop the holiday gift collection exclusively at Nespresso.com.
1,
2,
3,
4.
Monster movie.
Fun time, go! Monster movie.
Fun time, go. Monster
Movie.
fun time.
Go!
Monster movie. Fun time, go.
With Precious D and Honeybee.
Fun time, go!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and neighbors, welcome to Monster Movie Fun Time Go. 31 Days of Horror. Mars Needs Movies. I'm your host, Precious D, and this year we are talking about movies of alien invasions, incursions, infiltrations, and visitations. And my guest today is Aaron Ray Ballard.
Yes, I'm here finally.
Yeah. Welcome back, Ray. And the movie we're discussing is The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension from 1984. It is directed by W.D. Richter, written by Earl Mac Rausch. It's 102 minutes in color in English. The budget was $17 million. The box office, $6.3 million. Oh, man. This is one of those movies, though, and I think maybe even one of the earliest that, although it was a box office flop, found a second life in home video rental. And, of course, they never list what those kind of figures are or video sales or anything. But I'd like to think they've made back their money over the years.
I would like to, too. I really absolutely kind of unabashedly love this movie, even though I know it's flawed and really difficult to follow. And it's kind of like watching a comic book come to life on acid sometimes. But I really just, I love the idea probably so much that it makes up for all of that. Just the idea, the plot of the film, just the plot, the characters, all of it, just it's like a acid trip, and I love it.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about because this movie's perfect.
Oh, it is?
Absolutely perfect. It is perfect. I love this movie.
I unabashedly love it.
Every moment of it.
I do.
And
But I always try to think in terms of this movie. I always try to think how regular people that say, I just want to go to the movies, turn my brain off, eat popcorn, and watch a movie. You can't recommend this movie to those people. They have to be enlightened. They have to be comic book fans. They have to be science fiction fans. They have to be fans of movies to love it, and not a lot of people do.
I don't want to know those people. If you don't like this movie, you're not my friend. Let's talk about the cast before we get too much further into it.
Sure.
Peter Weller as Dr. Buckaroo Banzai, John Lithgow as Dr. Emilio Lizardo / Lord John Worfen, Ellen Barkin as Penny Pretty and Peggy Banzai, Jeff Goldblum as Dr. Sidney Zweibel / New Jersey, Christopher Lloyd as John Big Boutte, Lewis Smith as Perfect Tommy, Rosalind Cash as John Emdahl, Robert Ito as Professor Tohichi Hikita, Pepe Serena as Reno, Nevada, Michael Santoro as Billy Travers, Ronald Lacey as President Widmark, Matt Clark as Secretary of Defense McKinley, Clancy fucking Brown as
Rawhide.
Rawhide. For a while, I called him Rawhide Kurgan because I couldn't remember his real name, because he's also the Kurgan in
Yes.
Highlander. William Trailer as General Catbird. Carl Lumley as John Parker. Vincent fucking Schiavelli as John O'Connor. Love Vincent Schiavelli.
Yes.
Dan Hedaya as John Gomez. Mary Claire Costello as Senator Margaret Cunningham. Bill Henderson as Casper Lindley. Damon Hines as Scooter Lindley. Billy Vera as Pinky Carruthers. Laura Harrington as Mrs. Eunice Johnson. Did they say her first name?
No.
Maybe they did. Yakov Smirnov as National Security Advisor. And Jonathan Banks as Lizardo Hospital Guard. Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
He's
Beverly
been
Hills
in
Cop.
a million things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's in Breaking Bad and Better Call
Breaking
Saul
Bad.
these days.
Yep.
So, Ray, I know this is kind of a silly question, but I gave you a list of movies to choose from. Why did you choose this one?
It's movie came out when I was perfect age. I think I was 15. Back then we didn't have internet, so we had Starlog magazine,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how I found out it was coming out. It seemed right up my alley. Couldn't wait, and I actually went to see it at the theater. And my mom went with me. Like the only time my mom ever went to the movies with me, she dropped me out. She'd always drop me off because she didn't care. Leave, and I'd stay all day and watch movies, and she picked me up late at night. That day, she decided she just wanted to go. And I was like, really? For Buckaroo Banzai? Anyway, she walked out about 30 minutes into it.
Oh,
I stayed.
oh.
I stayed. I loved it.
I thought
And
this was going to be a heartwarming story, but it was not.
she was like, she didn't understand what this movie was. She did the same thing on the original Dune, the David Lynch one. She walked out an hour into that one.
Well, fair enough.
But yeah, so I loved it, and I've always loved it. So when it came out on VHS, I rented it, copied it, watched it a billion times, and just absolutely just love this movie. You just mentioned all the character names. Just the character names are exciting.
Oh yeah.
And I loved how all the aliens were named John something. John Big Booty, John Smallberry, John. I love that.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
They're all named John, and a few have normal last names, and then most of them have nonsense names. I honestly can't remember if I saw this in the theater. I feel like I might have seen it in the second run theater.
Okay.
We used to have a theater here, the Dollar Theater.
Yeah.
A couple months after something had left the theater, it would come to the Dollar Theater, and sometimes you can see like a double feature for $1. And I might have seen it there, but I definitely saw it on VHS after that.
Right.
Yeah, I love this. I love this movie. I was just reading a little bit about it on Wikipedia, and the screenwriter claimed that it was inspired by, let me see if I can find the quote. All those out-and-out press the accelerator to the floor nonstop kung fu movies of the early 70s, which is an insane statement to me because it seems to me that it's clearly inspired by Doc Savage. And I don't know if this guy tells me he doesn't know who Doc Savage is, I'm going to call him a liar. This has to have been inspired. I'm not saying it wasn't inspired by the kung fu movies he's talking about, but this polymath with a team of other experts around him who does crazy adventure shit, that's Doc Savage.
Right. Well, I do know for a fact that guy, his name W.D. Richter, wrote Big Trouble in Little China. And he originally wrote that because he was a huge fan of the old kung fu pictures. And he actually set that in the Old West. It was actually an Asian Old West movie, Big Trouble in Little China, until Carpenter came on board and then put it on the modern day. So yeah, I know he's definitely a fan of kung fu. But
that's the director though.
W.D. Richter, yes, I always.
But the writer, I'm talking about the writer though.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
the writer.
Well, W.D. Richter did write Big Trouble in Little China. Oh, I thought he wrote this too.
No,
wow.
I think he worked with him. Earl Mac Rausch. Earl Mac Rausch is the writer.
Okay.
And they were developing this for a long time, and apparently Rausch kept starting screenplays and then not finishing them. He has like a dozen unfinished Buckaroo Banzai scripts.
Really?
And,
wow. Okay.
Yeah. And eventually they did. So this movie ends with, Buckaroo Banzai will return.
World Crime League, yes.
In against the World Crime League. And years later, a novel sequel was published. There is also a novelization of this movie that fills in a lot of gaps and has more backstory and mentions, and there's a deleted scene from this movie that mentions the guy that heads the World Crime League.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like he's a Fu Manchu type. He's got an Asian name and he heads a World Crime League, so, that's Fu Manchu.
Not that it's related to the movie or anything like that, but there was a writer, Ernest Cline, he wrote Ready Player One.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually wrote a script sequel to Buckaroo Banzai. And somewhere online that thing exists. And because he wanted to get that movie made. So he took it upon himself to do that. Don't know if he had the rights, but he did it.
No, he probably just wrote on spec. And there have been some comic books as well. So there's some comic book sequels. I have not read them. I haven't read the sequel. My brother has, and he says the guy was desperately in need of an editor. It just is way too long and too much the hero and the villain spouting philosophy at each other.
Right.
Okay, yes, it is. The novel sequel is written by Rausch. So
okay,
there you go. It is on Amazon, available in hardcover, paperback, Kindle, and audiobook. But needs editing. But yeah, I love all these characters. It's also got the best closing credit scene in any movie,
which they aped in Life Aquatic. But yes, it's absolutely one of my favorite.
Oh, did they?
They're marching through the culvert where they filmed Grease, the car race.
Yeah.
Love that. And at the end of Life Aquatic, Bill Murray led his cast kind of like kind of ape that sequence a bit. I thought that was pretty cool.
It's been a while since I've seen that. I didn't remember that. I'll go back and fast forward to the end.
And I love that movie. One of my favorite quotes comes from this movie is when they're in the bar and because Buckaroo Banzai, in addition to being a hero that saves the world, he's a brain surgeon. He's a rock and roll star. He does all these things. He's a kung fu expert. He's a philosophy guru. He sees Penny crying in the bar they're playing in, and he gives her this quote: "No matter where you go, there you are." And I always quote that to people, just to be a jerk. I love that.
Yeah, and you know what? I think I actually heard that before Buckaroo Banzai, though.
Oh, really?
From Schneider on One Day at a Time. And he would say, he said, "Always remember and never forget. No matter where you go, there you are."
See? That's awesome.
He had other little things that he would start off with. Always remember and never forget. But I feel like one thing I also like about this is that I feel like we're dropped in the middle of a pre-existing world.
Yes.
Rather than and of course everything takes place in a world that pre-exists, but you often are introduced into the world or the world the world of the story is sort of happening as you're experiencing it.
Right.
And this is not an origin story, we don't waste any time with that crap. He's been doing this for years. Everybody is already in place. There's stuff going on. Like Pecos is in Tibet because there's, stuff going on off screen.
Uh-huh.
The world is alive all around the movie. Why is that watermelon there? I'll explain later. It's it's all
Yes.
The Buckaroo Banzai, the Blue Blazer, it's either regulars or irregulars, and I can't tell which because
the irregulars
the subtitles say irregulars. But as I'm watching the movie, it sounds to me like they're saying regulars, but the subtitle is telling me irregulars. And I could not be certain which. So I guess I got to trust the subtitles. Anyway, there's sort of a fan club and auxiliary support group.
Right.
but the
People that help
structure's
them
kind
out. Yeah.
yeah. The structure's unclear though, because Pinky Carruthers isn't irregular, but he's in the band as well.
Yeah.
So, but then there's Team Banzai. Is Team Banzai just the people that were working on the jet car experiment? You know, is everybody that's in the Hong Kong Cavaliers also on Team Banzai? It's, you know,
Yeah.
I need to see an org chart.
Yeah.
This must
I
be
keep it
explained.
simple. That bus they're on, I assume that's the Hong Kong Cavaliers. If you're on the bus, you're a Cavalier.
Well, the Hong Kong Cavaliers is the band.
Yeah.
And I feel like if the Banzai Institute shut down, the Hong Kong Cavaliers might still continue to do what they do. So there you go. But yeah, Pinky Carruthers is clearly a Hong Kong Cavalier and an actual musician in a band in real life. So,
and I want to give a special shout out to John Lithgow's performance. As great as everybody in this movie is, John Lithgow, who I've always been a fan of, knocks it out of the park. He eats all the scenery.
He's insane.
He's amazing.
Laugh for while you can, the monkey boy.
Yeah.
Just incredible. Yeah, everybody in this movie is great. It's I'm not even going to try and summarize the plot. I will say, okay, since we're discussing it as part of our Mars Needs movies, this is an alien incursion.
Yes.
It's not a full-blown invasion. There is a little bit of infiltration going on. There's a little bit of impersonating humans going on, but there's no body snatching. They're just wearing a screen that makes them appear human. Right. But there's no replacing or controlling or body snatching going on.
Yeah, the only one taken over is the bad guy, John Lithgow. He's sort of...
Yes, John. That's true. Dr. Lizardo is possessed by John Worfen.
Yes, because his head went into the other dimension when he tried to go through a mountain.
Yeah, yeah. So basically the eighth dimension that we go across is being used by a race of aliens as a phantom zone. Right. They've sent some terrible criminals. It's implied they're war criminals there, and this experiment in the past opened it up a little bit and let some of them out. Yeah. And now that Buckaroo Banzai has replicated the experiment, the guy, John Lithgow's character, sees this as an opportunity to let the rest of his people out and then go back to Planet 10 where they're from. Right. And the other race of Lectroids, they're called, are trying to stop it. Stopping it by threatening to start. The Wikipedia described them as peace-loving, but I'm like, they threaten to start a nuclear war to get what they want. Yeah. So I don't know that they're peace-loving.
Exactly.
To me, the only flaw in this movie is the reference to Orson Welles' version of War of the Worlds. That's some bullshit. How? Because when the Lectroids that escaped years ago they escaped in the 1930s in Grover's Mill, New Jersey, and Jeff Goldblum. Is this the first time we see him Goldbluming in a movie, or had he done it before? I don't know, but he's definitely doing what is called Goldbluming, where he's putting pieces together in his head and talking it through as he puts the puzzle together. He speculates that Orson Welles saw this happening and was reporting on it, and then they grabbed him and brainwashed him, and then he said, "Oh no, it was a hoax." But that is not his version of War of Worlds. Was never intended to be a hoax. It was never presented as a hoax. No. The program starts off, this is the Mercury Theater of the Air. Here's our production of War of the Worlds. They were upfront about it. It was just a few dum-dums that came in partway through that misunderstood.
That was always overblown. Yeah, there was only a few dozens of people that fell for it.
Yeah. Now, folks, if you want to know more about that, we did do a War of the Worlds episode previously. You can go back and listen to that one and hear about how some productions in South America went much worse than Orson Welles' production, resulting in fire and death.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
My marathon isn't about time. It's about my 26 friends with intellectual disabilities I'm dedicating each mile to. I'm Joseph. I'm running my first Bank of America Chicago Marathon for Special Olympics Illinois to help give my friends a place to shine.
Join Bank of America in supporting Joseph's cause. Give if you can at BofA.com/supportjoseph. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America.
References to charitable organizations is not an endorsement by Bank of America Corporation.
Wow.
But yeah, that's the only thing that bugs me about this movie, that doesn't line up with history.
Right. Yeah, just most people just assume that the entire world or United States panicked over that radio broadcast. Yeah. It just wasn't. It was just located to New Jersey, and just a few hundred people fell for it.
And it was exaggerated by newspapers the next day because they were trying to discredit radio.
Yeah.
So, man, anything else you want to cover about this movie? There's just so much.
Other than it, I became a huge fan of Clancy Brown in Bad Boys, the Sean Penn movie, if you remember that one.
No.
And he was also in Highlander. So Clancy Brown shot up my list of favorite character actor, definitely after all those movies and this one. So I became a huge fan of him because of this movie.
Yeah, it was there in Highlander that I did not see. Whatever you just said. Bad Boys?
Bad Boys with Sean Penn. They go to not prison, but where teenagers go. I'm blanking on what they call those. Okay. But he's one of the juvenile facility, and Sean Penn gets thrown in there, and it's like one of the most dangerous places. And Clancy Brown is the bully.
Okay,
he's the big prisoner. Yeah.
Huh. Well, folks, if for some reason you have not seen this movie, it is available on Prime, Tubi, Pluto, and Plex. So, and of course, you can buy or rent it if you don't want to put up with the ads on any of those services. Yeah, I think rather than talking about it anymore, you folks should just go watch it right now. Don't listen to us. Just go watch this movie.
It's a cool movie.
If you've seen it before, go watch it again. Man. Okay, I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Ray, thanks for joining me. Oh, tell the folks about your book before you go.
Oh, it's called All the Monsters Are Here. It's a book of the horror book full of 13 short stories. It's on sale in paperback and ebook wherever books are sold online. And if you do read it, please give a review.
And Ray's got a profile on our website. There's a link to it there. We'll put a link in the show notes. Speaking of reviews, if you like what we're doing here, please rate and review, like and subscribe. Consider checking out our Patreon, where you can, if you are a paid patron, there's a free level, but if you're a paid patron, you can request a movie for us to review. We'll be back tomorrow with another in our 31 Days of Horror. Until then, I have been Precious D. My guest has been Aaron Ray Ballard. Remember to keep watching the skies. We won't see you, but you will hear us next time on Monster Movie Fun Time Go. You've been listening to Monster Movie Fun Time Go. If you enjoyed the show, please consider rating and reviewing us on your podcasting platform of choice. You can leave us a message and find links to all our things at mmftg.com.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contracts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.